That'd be so weird.
It would
How
be.
many explosions could he fit in?
Enough.
Or not enough. Yeah.
right
The real
there.
question is which one of us would be the sexy girl dancing for too much of the movie?
Well, that's gonna be Jay. Megan was it Megan Fox as Jay?
That'd be
And the best
so.
part is, the best part, though, like it would totally be like Megan Fox in like a schoolgirl outfit, but she has a beard.
Just give her
like-
my anime tattoos, and who knows,
Yeah,
I might be
like
into her.
still very much a woman. Like get her some thigh highs, skimpy skirts, but she has a beard.
Throw them in the weird cosplays that I have.
Mm-hmm. I'm down.
I think the whole world would be down.
Yeah.
Well, she used
If
to.
you-
I don't know how she looks now.
I don't know, but if you take anything away from this podcast, Megan Fox and a beard, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm. And welcome to Wednesday.
Yeah, it's just another day here on Wednesday. But hey, speaking of casting news, we got some news this week that I am super fucking pumped about. And that is Mr. Ewan Obi-Wan Kenobi Trainspotting McGregor, that's his Christian name, has been cast as Danny Torrance in the follow-up film to The Shining entitled Dr. Sleep.
So is this a follow-up to the made-for-TV Stephen King version of The Shining?
I don't know. I think if it's anything like, I don't know. Chances are they probably aren't.
I feel it's gonna be like it's not gonna be like either.
Honestly, I think what it could be. Well, okay, here's the great thing about Dr. Sleep. When Stephen King first announced that he was writing a sequel to The Shining, my initial response was why, and I was like filled with dismay because I love The Shining. It's a great book, obvi. And I just didn't see any need for there being a follow-up. Like, it's a perfectly self-contained story. But when I read Dr. Sleep, honestly, I got sucked in right away. And because it's not so much like about like Danny's at a different hotel. Like it's just like, because even though he escapes the Overlook Hotel, the dude can still shine. Like that never goes away. And so it's him sort of, it's everyone's greatest fear, kind of becoming their father. So Danny becomes an alcoholic for different reasons because he's trying to drown out the ability and all of the, the awful shit that comes with it. So it's sort of coming to terms with his father, what happened at the Overlook, but also finding someone else who can shine just as much, if not more, than Danny, and him trying to protect her because there are these other people out there that feed off of people who can shine.
So it's kind of like sex criminals. I got you.
It's exactly
But-
like sex criminals.
Yeah, but it was honestly a phenomenal book because again it was so focused on just sort of being its own thing and not like you can read Doctor Sleep having never read The Shining. It was just very well done.
Yeah. Which makes sense because trying to make a sequel to The Shining, I mean,
Weird.
don't follow up Kubrick. Just let Kubrick be Kubrick.
Right. But I will say though, I weirdly enjoy the made-for-TV 3-part series with Steven Weber.
It's probably better than the made-for-TV It movie, which I've said many times is trash.
Except for Tim Curry.
Except for
That's
Tim Curry.
like the only
I'd say he
redeeming
was-
thing.
The
Tim
first
Curry was
half
giving
is
it his
pretty
all.
solid.
Oh my god, no! Watch it again.
No.
Watch it again.
Jay's like, I'm watching it right now, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
I watched it last 4th of July on
Wait, how'd I
VHS, which is the intended way to watch that film.
Yeah.
And
Don't watch it on Blu-ray. It's
Oh my
awful
God.
on Blu-ray. Just
Who
don't
watch
do
on
it.
Blu-ray?
I'm sure somebody has.
Why?
Paul.
I don't know. It was like $5 at Best Buy.
Too
That's
much.
So then I bought it for $3 on DVD just to make myself feel better. And I used the Blu-ray as a coaster.
Now we're talking.
I'm using it right now. It's great. But yeah, I mean, I like Hugh McGregor, and I'm super pumped that he's going to be playing an older Danny.
He looks
all I
like he
got.
could play the part pretty well. Like he's got
Yeah.
blonde hair, similar facial structure.
I'm down for just a good movie like that.
Yeah, and
he's just a good actor in general. So
and now that I think about it, depending on how they're adapting the book, spoiler alert: in the Kubrick adaptation of The Shining, the cook gets an axe to the belly. Whereas in the book, he survives, and he kind of plays an important role in the early part of the book because it's basically him being Danny's Obi-Wan Kenobi, essentially, kind of teaching him more about how to take on these not so great things with the ability to shine. So maybe they won't acknowledge the Kubrick version just by having Dick Hallorann being there. I don't know.
What's his name?
Dick Hallorann, I believe.
Oh. Funny name. Dick.
Well, it was the 70s, but yeah, so that was sort of the big news that I'm excited about for the week. Did you guys catch
it should be cool.
Yeah, I concur. Sorry, I moved on to the next topic because I felt like I was the only one who was really excited about it, but I don't know.
I just don't know much about it. It seems like it's going to be a good time regardless. Like I said, Ewan McGregor's just a good actor, and the fact that it's like, oh no, I'm going to try and protect this other person, kind of take the role of the individual that taught me how to do all this shit.
Right. I keep thinking already because this is how my mind works. My mind works like a trailer, and I'm seeing a trailer for this, and what they should have playing for music in this trailer is John Lennon's, "We All Shine On." Oh, Instant Karma. That's the name of the song, but part of the chorus is "We All Shine On." I thought that would be kind of cool.
If I know that song.
Oh, it's great. And
it's probably one of those, if I heard it, I'd know it sort of things.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So, yeah. And now I'm officially done about talking about Dr. Sleep. Let's see. What else we got for movie news? There's also the...
Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah. I
Wonder
love...
1984.
It's set in the 80s, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and also Steve Trevor still alive?
Yeah.
Wait,
Which
what? How?
he only looks like he's aged about 10 years. So at the end, he flew a plane into the sky. It exploded. He fell into an iceberg.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Or what if, right? There's a chase scene in the mall, right? And she's fighting this dude in a jumpsuit, but like he's got a mask on, and she knocks it off, and she's like, "Steve?" And then he could be like, "Who the hell is Steve?"
He's got a good-looking jumpsuit going on in that picture. Looks comfy.
Basically, what I'm saying is this could be Wonder Woman's Winter Soldier.
I figured that's where you're going. So
I
It's
know when
hilarious
said
because
it.
the first one is
Did you want
such
me to
like
say
a first
the words
Avenger
like
movie.
it's the same as Winter Soldier? Get it?
Thank you, Jay. Well, I mean, yeah, like Rob was saying, I mean, the first Wonder Woman is it runs parallel to first Avenger. So with this being the 80s, it's the Cold War. It could very well be an espionage-like film sequel in the vein of Winter Soldier, which, honestly, I'd be okay with because I just need good DC movies. That's all.
I'll just watch anything Gal Gadot is in as Wonder Woman.
I'll watch Gal Gadot in anything.
That's true.
And it was...
Anything.
What was it?
Especially if
he's so handsome.
Right, especially if they both have beards.
I thought she was in Hitman's Bodyguard for a second, but that was the chick who played Elektra. Silly me.
You were pretty silly.
Yeah, I'm interested to see more stuff on Wonder Woman other than these two pictures. The whole Steve Trevor thing is confusing, but it's a comic book movie, so nothing makes sense and nothing matters.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're releasing that footage or that photo, just to sort of kind of get conversation going and juices flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Just to reignite the hype, like, oh, how is he alive? What happened? I need to know.
Right,
which is exactly what is working.
Yeah, I would say so. And I sort of kind of had a similar thought about with Halloween, because there was that trailer this week too. And it's like, wow. My first thought was, didn't Jamie Lee Curtis die in Halloween Resurrection? But it turns out this movie isn't acknowledging almost any of the sequels.
Makes sense.
I don't think I've ever actually seen a Halloween movie.
Oh man,
I watch the original one pretty regularly, especially around Halloween time, because the first one holds up so well, and it's such a good it captures the vibe of Halloween very well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if you want to get in like the Halloween mood, that's
that's
a good way
the
to do
movie.
it.
Yeah, it's weird when people call it a B horror movie. I don't really think of it as a B movie.
It was made for a lower budget, but if you read behind the scenes, John Carpenter insisted on shooting it with really high quality anamorphic lenses, and just the look of it looks way higher budget than it is.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a B movie. I guess maybe because it's one of the first slasher movies of its genre. Maybe at the time I don't know. It holds up. It holds up really well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, nothing wrong with it being a B movie, though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
no,
I guess
I just never thought of it as a B movie.
Honestly, I don't think of any B movie as a B movie. I just think of it as hey, I like that.
What about B movie?
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Why
I've never seen
am
that.
I a
I just
B?
know that a lady has sex with the bee,
Wait, what?
or she has sexual feelings for a bee. That's what people have told me. And I'm
I
just
don't want to watch
okay.
this movie. Not that I did before, but I definitely don't want to watch this movie.
I know there's some romantic dance scene or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't really recall seeing B movie, but
So none of us have seen B movie.
No, but I am very
No.
excited for this new Halloween movie.
I think it looks good. I thought it was a pretty solid trailer. I think the bit where the girl's in the bathroom and he drops all the teeth into her stall was great. The mask looks awesome.
Is
Because
it the same typical mask, or they modified it?
it just looks more like the William Shatner from the original. Because you can judge a Halloween movie by the mask.
William Shatner was in the original?
Well, it was a William Shatner mask that they used and they spray painted it white.
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty worn out, but it's
Which
been
is-
a while.
But it's still it just looks so much better.
Tomorrow.
Like you can basically judge a Halloween sequel by the mask they're using. Like if it's a generic white guy, and it's this movie sucks. But if it's got the detail, especially in the first Halloween, the cheekbones in that mask are
the
so
high
devastating.
cheekbones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No,
I like how it's a Blumhouse movie too. So
A what?
Blumhouse, they're the production company that makes all the they're the horror movie factory. They also produce Get Out and
okay.
a bunch of stuff. Oh, just every time I hear the Halloween music, gets me excited.
Dude, did you hear the Trent Reznor Atticus Ross remix that came out last year?
Yep.
Is it, this is Halloween, this is
No.
Halloween.
No. But I used to just say the Halloween theme for Halloween, but that version is so good that I'll listen to that at my 4th of July fireworks party. What I'm saying is it's good year round.
Mhm.
It's solid. It's tight.
It is. But speaking of Get Out, though, there's apparently, I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but there's a rumor that the Jordan Peele had said that he wants to do a Gargoyles movie. To which
That would
I
be
say,
so fun.
hell yeah.
He's got so much comedic experience, but he's proven that he can do a dark horror movie that as long as the graphics are there, it would be bound to be great.
I feel because Gargoyles is owned by Disney, right?
Yes.
Maybe.
I feel if they made it kind of in the budget / maturity realm of the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, where it's still a family film, but it's a little dark.
It's
dark
got some
at times.
walking zombies.
Yeah, I could be down. I was never super into Gargoyles growing up. A couple of my cousins were super into it. But I mean, I'm down for anything Jordan Peele does. That's where I stand.
I don't
I don't know,
recall
I think-
a lot from the show. I just remember I fucking love this show.
Dude, it's just gargoyles coming to life at night fighting crime.
And then they turn
Like-
to stone in the morning.
Yeah. And there's that detective who, like, befriends Goliath. And you also have
Yep.
Jonathan Frakes, who was, Commander William Stryker. No, was it William Stryker? I think, no. Anyway, he was number 1 in Star Trek, the guy with the beard. He did the voice of, like, the rich gazillionaire who moves their castle from Scotland to New York.
Really?
Yeah. And actually, you know what? Fuck. Cast him in it. He was the voice. He has a beard. The character had a beard. Just do it.
Yeah. It is permitting, like, that's like getting Michael Jai White to voice Spawn. He played Spawn in the movie, so it makes sense.
Oh, yeah. And then was it Jamie Foxx has been cast to play Spawn in the Spawn movie?
What if
I think so.
Jaleel White played Spawn?
I don't know who that is, so I don't get the joke.
What if Megan Fox in a beard played Spawn?
Jaleel White was Urkel.
Why not just say Urkel?
Because
on.
Rob has to sound smart and use real people's names.
He's known. It's Steve Urkel, first of all, or Stefan.
Oh, God.
Next, you're gonna
He's
say
actually-
it's
He's
not
about the age that you would want to be for a guy playing Spawn.
Next, you're gonna say like Carlton's real name is like Alfonso Rivera or something like that.
Something like that. I love him. Have you ever seen his dance videos from the 80s when he was a little
It's
kid
been
and he taught
popping up
people how to
lately.
dance? It's good
Didn't
stuff.
he teach Michael Jackson how to moonwalk? That's one of the rumors.
No, that is not the case. But
The moon taught him how to moonwalk.
he did teach how to dance like Michael Jackson on VHS tape. And he is the
That's
actor in the
pretty good.
famous Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial.
I don't know the famous Michael Jackson commercial.
I'll post it in the message after. You should see it. It's pretty good.
I've seen the like.
And
Britney Spears
just real
one.
quick, it was Commander William Riker, not Stryker. It was Riker. Close.
Close. So close.
But no cigar. But yeah, Gargoyles movie, do it. Spawn. We'll see what happens. I want it to be good.
I never got into Spawn in any real way, shape, or form.
Got into Spawn, but then I sort of grew up. This is saying coming from someone who has like an X-Men t-shirt on surrounded by action figures. I was just like, man, Spawn was really fucking cool when I was like 11. And then when I revisited the comic recently, I was like, this is like a hodgepodge.
I think it is one of the coolest character designs. Like,
Dude.
Spawn's character design is awesome, and I think Todd
It's-
McFarlane is a master, but I could just
Dude,
never
it's
get into the
Venom
comic.
wearing Doctor Strange's cape.
Yeah, but he's got chains
Kinda.
and stuff. He's cool looking.
Like Ghost Rider. He just basically go, I'm going to take the Punisher's skull, Ghost Rider's chains. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're right. I mean, it works, but I just always see, like, Venom and Doctor
That's
Strange's
fair.
cape.
I mean,
Yeah.
as a kid, he like has all the stock things that's just like, this is what cool and edgy is.
Oh, especially for the 90s.
It's like Hellfire. I have to fight a villain called the Violator.
Yeah,
And just
and,
like the quality at the time of Spawn compared to the other Image books, it was just like next level. Like, if you go read Youngblood and then you go look at Spawn #1, you're just like, one of these is well done.
I just feel like with Spawn, I'm basically reading a Korn music video.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And that's probably why I never really got into them.
Well, you
I'm
just
just hearing
need
a lot,
somebody
like-
beatboxing in the background.
Well, I was about to say I hear a lot of boom, da, ba, doom, da, ba, dim, like you just as I'm reading it, and it's like, can you just tone it down?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I never got... For some reason, I had a lot of the Spawn toys. I thought Spawn was cool.
No,
I
I did. So,
Violator
so
was
did I.
really cool.
And like the clown.
The clown scared the shit out of me because I fucking don't like clowns.
Also, let's just talk about how for a second, then John Leguizamo
Yeah,
in the movie is a pretty solid performance.
He can
Oh yeah,
get
I mean John
a lot of
Leguizamo
praise
is
for
great.
that. He did phenomenal as the clown. Like, there should
Totally.
be no dispute over his... I think Michael Jai White did good in the movie, too. It was just
Oh,
weird
yeah.
graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, acting-wise, everyone does
Oh,
pretty good. Except for that
yeah.
little girl. Fuck her.
But dude, the effects. I mean, his cape looks like a fucking fruit roll up came to life, like a dirty fruit roll up.
The
Like
special effects literally look like a bad, like
PlayStation
in-game
1.
PlayStation 1 graphics. Not even like PlayStation 1 cinematics, like in-game graphics. Everything's blocky and. Ugh.
yeah.
Although there is one line that like still makes me laugh when I think about it in that movie, and it's when Michael J. White is all burned up, spawn whatever regular guy wearing this dirty ass trench coat, just
Al
talking
Simmons.
to his daughter who has no idea who he is. And it's just like, oh, what's your name? And he just goes, Spawn. And like the way he said it has always stuck with me for some reason.
It's very
It
Sean
was
Connery.
like he was doing a Sean Connery impression.
Sean Connery as the cape.
That'd be weird.
Al. Use your hellfire.
He comes out of retirement and like makes Spawn his last movie that he does, just as the Cape.
God. That would be amazing.
He's still alive, right?
Last I checked. As of this
Okay.
recording, he is alive.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I just know he did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen as his last movie, and it was just like,
Yeah, and he was like, fuck this. Dude, he got offered The Matrix and Lord of the Rings.
did he really?
Yes.
Goodness. When
He
a
just
man
wanted to
says no,
chill.
he really means no.
Yeah. Although, I try to think about those movies, and I just have a hard time imagining Sean Connery in it. Just in anything. Because it's just Sean Connery, and he's just so distinct. And, especially just presence and, speech. Like, I just can imagine, like,
Yeah, I don't know where he would fit in comparison to any role that would be available to him.
And I want to know who the hell he would play in The Matrix.
I assume Morpheus.
I am Morpheus.
Well, was it Matrix 1 or Matrix 2? Because he could have been that, like, Oracle guy.
The
Not
architect?
the Oracle, but that one.
Yes, ergo, this plot doesn't make any sense.
For the Matrix?
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I was on board
But
with the first one, and the second one, I was like, what is happening?
I mean, have you guys watched the Film Theorist video where they're explaining that Agent Smith is actually the one? And Neo isn't?
Yeah, and after seeing it, I actually rewatched the trilogy with that in mind, and I enjoyed it a lot more. The movie makes more sense if you think Agent Smith is the one.
Yeah, like I never thought about it in that way before, and then when like I watched that video, it was just like, oh my fucking god, this makes so much sense.
Yeah, it does. Like
I
it
didn't
actually.
rewatch it, but
Oh, I did because why not? What am I doing with my life? Yeah, it's definitely a better experience having that in mind.
good times.
Mm-hmm. We also get the our second trailer for the Miles Morales Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
That's animated, right? I think I might have seen it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
I
got
think
a
it
cool
looks
look
good.
to it.
Yeah. I love seeing an animated Gwen Stacy bouncing around. That was pretty rad. I'm not sure how I feel about the voice casting for Spider-Man, but them,
Like Peter Parker one or
yeah. No,
Okay.
the Miles Morales sounds great. I was just like Spider-Man, but I could be swayed. See how it fits into the overall movie. But I mean, either way, I'm very excited, and it looks like Ultimate Green Goblin is going to be in this, which is cool.
Which is
like rather
pretty
than
cool.
yeah,
Ultimate Green Goblin is rad.
yeah. In
He's
some
kinda
ways,
like a gargoyle.
I think that Ultimate Green Goblin is the way to go as far as movies go. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Willem Dafoe, I thought was a fantastic Norman Osborn.
Mhm.
Wasn't wild about the Green Goblin outfit, but I think, I don't know, like just having him morph into a monster is kind of cool. Who can throw like fireballs instead of like pumpkin bombs.
Yeah, he looked fucking big and crazy too. So
Almost
think
like
just-
Abomination, kind of.
Well, you know what I love is that in the Ultimate Comics, I mean, the Oz formula was a derivative of what Bruce Banner was working on to replicate the super soldier. So it made sense that, like, oh, he's big and green because it's, it's a mixture of what Bruce Banner was doing before.
Some gamma radiation.
I don't know if it was gamma radiation, but it was certain similar components. That's why I would love to see, that if they do that Green Goblin in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because that would be really cool. And it fits into the timeline, of like Hulk and Cap. And it's already been established that Bruce Banner was trying to replicate what happened to Steve Rogers. So I think they could totally work. And I also really want this fucking Fox Disney thing deal to happen. But it looks like Comcast outbid Disney for like $1 bajillion in cash.
Did they actually outbid them?
As of now, yes.
Okay.
But I'm hoping that Disney will do a counter offer. Because here's the thing. I'm pretty sure Disney has the money with all their movies and theme parks and toys and stores and merchandising.
They definitely have the money, but I feel like Comcast also...
They're a pretty big force.
They have a lot of money.
They both have so much money.
True. But
I could get 1%.
What I'm hoping happens, and I think this could be a great deal, is that they buy different portions of the assets. So if Comcast goes for all of like the sports stuff, all of like the sports coverage, and Disney gets the movie stuff. I mean, that's an optimistic view, but I think that would be a better way to go because Comcast isn't necessarily in.
Well, Comcast is either they own or are equal parts. It's because Comcast and NBC Universal are the same company.
Right. Yeah.
So technically they have the Universal.
Right. But I just think that, like, I don't know, it would just better suited for Comcast to get like the all of the TV property, especially when it comes to the sports coverage. And Disney can just get
it doesn't seem like Comcast
I don't think
really
the sports
want the movie stuff as much.
Were they selling off their sports assets too?
I thought they weren't.
Hold on. Let me pull up an article I was just recently reading about this.
I'm no businessman, but...
And Comcast might do it just to keep Disney from becoming the extreme giants that they're becoming. I mean, they already are giants, I guess, obviously.
According to this thing I'm reading, they tried to buy 21st Century Fox in November of last year. Shortly after the initial negotiations between Disney and Fox.
I'm sorry, I missed that one more time. Okay.
So apparently they tried to purchase 21st Century Fox in November, right after these dealings started. Mm-hmm. But then they made a $60 billion cash offer, according to this article I'm reading.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
And yeah, because Disney apparently offered $52.2 billion in stock.
Right.
So maybe if they want that cash money, Comcast is looking good. But I don't know. We can dream of the X-Men going to Disney. We can dream.
I just want to see Wolverine on the Avengers.
Yeah, Disney could be like, yo, just let us get Wolverine. Come on. Can we just have the X-Men? We'll give you a couple billion. Which is crazy. The fact that they would pay a $55 billion to get these Fox movie rights when they only spent, 6 or 7 to buy all of Marvel and 6 or 7 to buy all of Lucasfilm, and they've already made 10 times that.
Easily.
So
good for them.
Crazy.
So there's an article that was written 11 hours ago as of this recording where Disney and Comcast could end up splitting Fox's assets. This is according to comicbookresources.com. Let me just see here. All this Let me just get this real quick. As the bidding war heats up for 21st Century Fox's key assets, one Wall Street analyst suggests the most sensible outcome may be for Disney and Comcast to divide the properties, which include the film and television rights to Marvel's X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Deadpool. Following a federal judge's approval of AT&T's merger with Time Warner, Comcast stepped forward with a $65 million all-cash offer for Fox, which it billed as superior to the Walt Disney Company's $52.4 billion all-stock bid, as Rob mentioned. And yes, Rob, they did mention you in this article. That's pretty... Wow, they are on it. In light of Comcast's move, Fox is deciding whether to cancel or postpone the planned July 10th board meeting to vote on the Disney deal. Disney, which is already lining up financing, is widely expected to make an all-cash counter offer. So... let's see here. According to CNBC, B. Riley analyst Barton Crockett, no relation to the other American legend, Davy Crockett, told clients on Wednesday, we would expect Disney to at least match Comcast by adding cash and Comcast to appease Rupert Murdoch's tax concerns by offering stock and some back and forth raising the deal bid. Barring a third entrant, internet tech is possible, we would see the most sensible outcome as splitting the baby, with Comcast getting Sky, which we see as its main goal, and Disney getting most of the rest. The rest is most notably FX Networks, National Geographic, a 30% stake in Hulu, and the 20th Century Fox Film and Television Production Studios, which include these coveted movie rights. Fox will spin off the Fox Broadcasting Network and social stations, Fox News, Fox Business Network, FS1, FS2, and Big Ten Network into a new company called New Fox. Comcast is already seeking to buy a 61% stake in Europe pay TV group Sky and would like to acquire the rest, now controlled by Rupert Murdoch's 21st Century Fox.
What I mainly got from that
business.
What I got from that mainly was, hey guys, we're selling Fox, but we're going to keep we got New Fox. We got New Fox coming
Pretty much.
up.
Yeah.
We want to make money real quick, but we still want to stay in politics. New Fox.
Pretty much. I just kind of seems like we want to focus all of our energy on Fox and Friends.
Everything we've built and created for the past fucking forever, it can all be bought. New Fox.
But yeah, them. I just want the X-Men. In Marvel,
Deadpool.
To be reunited.
Sure, yeah.
Deadpool too. That'd be cool. Have him like interact with Cap and all them.
I would love it.
So neat.
I would love it. Just make it happen. Make it rain, Disney.
Well, this doesn't have to do with what we're talking about, but I was just listening to a Business Wars podcast, and I found out that Nintendo started off as a playing card company.
Playing card company. In the 1800s.
Yeah, and they were stationed in Kyoto where there is a heavy gambling problem in like the slums in that area. So every deck was played with a new package of playing cards. And so for all that time, they were just making bank in that one area. Then they realized once this dude's grandfather passed away, he inherited the business because his parents passed away. He was like, yep, we're going to keep making playing cards, but my rules now. And he eventually got Disney to give him the rights to make playing cards with Disney characters on it because the Disney characters were popular during a war. So just thought that was interesting.
So we need to get people addicted to gambling. I see where you're going with this, Jay.
There's a cool book called Console Wars, which is about Super Nintendo versus Genesis in the early 90s. And it's real good. It reminds me a lot of the Untold History of Marvel Comics book, like the way it's written. And it's very entertaining. For video game nerds, it's very funny and interesting.
So the one that they just put out was actually Nintendo versus PlayStation. They talk about how PlayStation actually destroyed Sega.
Oh, yeah.
And that
PlayStation
that
wrecked
wasn't
the whole
their
world.
main goal. It was just PlayStation's main goal was to be like, yo, Nintendo, we fucking got you. Because they own 95% of the gaming community at one point, which dropped down to 55% when the Sega Genesis came out. which is still crazy. But and PlayStation was originally supposed to be partnered up with Nintendo.
I know,
like
and they
Sony.
left to work with Philips.
Yeah,
I know way
which
too
was-
much about weird, obscure video game history.
A
But I
PlayStation,
love
like
it.
PlayStation, was going to be a cartridge and disc playing system
Mm-hmm.
back in like the 19 fucking 40s or
Early
some
90s.
shit.
Yeah, the
Was it?
40s. It was
Sorry.
the early 90s. Yeah,
Yeah, it was like
1940s.
1991 or some shit.
The Great War has ended. Sony and Nintendo form a partnership.
And like they had to keep making sound cartridges for them or some shit.
Yeah, Sony was making
This was a
chips
really
for the
neat
Super
listen.
Nintendo carts. Yeah,
Yeah,
people should read the Console Wars book. It's very good.
Paul,
Yes,
you gonna read Console Wars?
I
Or
will.
listen to the podcast.
All of the wars, Star Wars, you know, War of 1812, when
Solid
Canada
war.
burnt down the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Little known fact: the Canadians,
I'll
yeah,
say
they burnt down the White
the
House.
Business Wars listen is pretty funny because it's just like a super American dude saying, "Listen here, Mister Nakatomi, I don't think that your business ethics are quite moral. Well, I think that you're being dishonorable to us." It's so weird hearing that.
Yeah, the Nakatomi, as in Die Hard.
I don't know.
The Nakatomi Plaza.
Probably not.
Um,
I think he's the owner or one of the head dudes at PlayStation, or was. Like he's the dude that really kickstarted the PlayStation to be a thing.
I like PlayStation. When's
Good.
PlayStation 5 coming out?
Who knows?
I don't know.
I love both one.
Well, E3 is happening kind of as we speak, and they didn't announce any new console, so at
I really
least a
only
couple
care
more
about
years.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh my god, that Kingdom Hearts trailer! Who
So
made
good.
that? It sounded so bad. It
What?
sounded like whoever edited it was like, "It's fine. This is fine." It like there's like parts that are really quiet, and then
I'm
It's like the
sensing that
music's too
Jay really
quiet.
liked it.
the content was I couldn't even get into it just
I
because
watched it
the
on my
production
phone,
of the
so-
trailer. Oh my god. Like, who let this out the door? Come on. Also, nothing is
See-
going to beat Simple and Clean ever as the best Kingdom Hearts song. So,
True.
I remember the first time I saw the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 1 and I just heard Simple and Clean. I was like, I'm in. Let's do this.
I thought so. I didn't pay attention to that stuff as much. I was more just like quietly watching the video at work so that I wouldn't get in trouble. And I just saw the different areas that you could play in, like with the Toy Story and Frozen and Tangled and stuff like that.
You know,
Yeah. Yes?
speaking of Frozen and Tangled, how about that Wreck-It Ralph trailer where she's hanging out with all the Disney princesses?
I remember seeing
All right,
A
just
screen
me.
cap.
Cool.
I haven't watched the trailer for that.
It's
I've
great.
I've been
'cause-
watching less and less trailers lately just because I'm trying to be more surprised.
I'll
But I
watch
feel
the
like
first
watching-
like one or two.
Usually, like the initial teaser trailer, I'll watch because it's hopefully not spoiling anything. But I can't imagine the Wreck-It Ralph trailer. That's not something I'm actively avoiding. It's more like the Star Wars movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, well,
Right.
you should watch the trailer because it's cute. And her, you know, kind of interacting with like every fucking Disney princess ever
They're
animated
all
is
just
kind of
hanging out in
great.
a room.
And it's all the original voice actors who are still alive,
Really,
which is pretty great.
that's pretty neat.
Yeah, and Iron Man's in it. Like that's one of the benefits of Disney owning everything is they could get everybody into that movie. Like you see Iron Man, there are stormtroopers. Then you got Pocahontas, whose hair is constantly flowing, even though there's like no window open. It's great. You gotta watch it. It's awesome.
I saw a screen cap that was like, here's such and such character from Wreck-It Ralph hanging out with all of the Disney princesses. And like
Yeah.
the screen cap was missing Mulan, and it was just like, yo, where's my bitch Mulan at?
It's a pretty great scene they put in the trailer. Yeah. So when you get the chance, check it out.
Speaking of like characters being put in stuff, I haven't seen it yet, but have you guys watched Ready Player One?
No.
No, negative Ghost Rider.
I know that they have like the Iron Giant and Tracer and miscellaneous other characters in it. So
Yeah, it's one of those movies that I was like, if it's ever on HBO, I will absolutely watch it, but I was not particularly excited to run out and go see it.
it's not a movie that I was willing to see by myself. At least until I could legally watch it in like another week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just figured I'd ask.
No, it's a good question. It's a good question. I was also going to ask if anybody had seen that Wolverine's back with new upgraded heat claws.
Spicy Claws.
Here comes Spicy Claws. Here comes
makes
Spicy
no
Claws
sense.
right down Xavier's lane.
I just, on a power level, I don't understand why he needs it.
Well, if
So
you think about it, he can.
cook.
But like, he could slice through anything like a hot knife through butter.
Exactly,
Why
so why
actually
does he need
heat up?
the heat?
Right, but he's
Yeah.
actually cooking a steak while he's cutting off the right parts.
I didn't think he needed to eat it. I thought he was just like he would eat it raw.
I mean, and risk like stomach problems. So what if he can heal? Can't get rid of diarrhea that easily.
I don't, other than cooking
That's
and
a fair
starting
point.
house fires, I don't get it. Unless there's some evil villain that like
Iceman
also
or
is
some
made
shit.
out of adamantium, but
Also ice.
if it's hot, he can hurt him.
I like that the dude who's making its logic was just like, oh yeah, well, he's got these hot claws that will really make things super interesting. So like you have to tell people that it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and then before he attacks, he'll come in like all nonchalant with his hands in his pockets, and then he pops them out and he goes, "Hot pockets!"
I would like it so much more if his claws became hot pockets.
Hot pocket, snick, snick.
Like Jim
I
Gaffigan
don't.
comes out as
Yeah.
Wolverine. And
Dead
it's like,
pocket.
oh,
I just don't get it.
No,
I just
I'm right
don't
there with
get
you.
it.
It's funny because I've been reading so much old school Marvel that it's kind of having me not really enjoying all the new Marvel stuff. With the
I have
exception
not
of
been
like,
reading any
Thor.
new Marvel stuff really.
yeah. I'm just getting ready for the Selena Kyle Bruce Wayne wedding. That's sort of the only thing that's kind of really on my radar right now. As far as new comics go.
I need to catch up. I've been reading some stuff, but nothing Marvel wise.
Yeah.
I haven't been.
Well, let me see here.
I only read the stuff that you guys tell me to whenever we have a character or book review.
Well, if we're talking about comics reading, the only thing I know for sure I've read and caught up on is Oblivion Song, that new Robert Kirkman book I talked about a couple weeks ago. They're already on like the 4th issue because they pre-wrote all like the first 12 issues or something, so they're just like actually releasing on time, which is nice for a comic book. And
Is it Marvel?
it's really
too?
good. No, it's an Image book, but
I was gonna say Marvel releasing something on time.
well, Marvel releases 2 books a month for each book, and it just people gotta slow down. I'm pretty caught up on Doomsday Clock. I know issue 5 came out. I haven't read that yet.
I haven't either. It's like $4.99. I'm like, come on now.
But yeah, I'll get to that. I've been following Doomsday Clock just because it's good. I'm excited.
I mean, honestly, like I want to read Doomsday Clock mainly because that's sort of what kind of got me interested in DC Comics again. Back when they did that Rebirth. So,
Oh my god, Rebirth is so good.
but yeah.
I've been playing video games. Dragon Ball Fighters is pretty great.
It
They
sure
just
is.
released Vegito and Zamasu fused.
I saw that. I haven't even played since they released Bardock and Broly.
think they're both pretty fun characters. Broly takes damage pretty heavy, but he can also like be an impenetrable shield for a moment with a couple of his attacks and put up an energy barrier so that way he doesn't take damage.
Yeah, my team was Vegeta, just straight up Super Saiyan Vegeta, Trunks, and Frieza.
Frieza was on my team, but I think I'm going Yamcha, Gotenks, and Vegito now. And the next
I just
batch
can't
release, they're going
out
to be
of
doing
principle use Yamcha ever.
He's actually really good in this game.
Oh, he's such a loser.
He's so good in this game, though. I'll use Tien just to like. My favorite thing, one of my favorite things to do in this game is to use Tien and have Chaozu sacrifice himself. Because like he just comes out of nowhere and just jumps on the back of someone almost no matter what and does his sacrifice. Also, Android 16's like kamikaze is so great.
At least Tien's like a badass though. Like I'm still cranking my way through. I'm still cranking my way through Dragon Ball Z Kai, and I'm currently Cell just announced the Cell games, so that's where I'm at. And a few episodes back is when Tien was doing the like whatever it is, the tri-beam, just like smashing Cell into the ground to try to buy some time. And I'm like,
right,
this dude's a badass. He's also ripped. He always looks so much more jacked than all the other dudes.
Well, what's cool too in the game is that you can do that smashing tri-beam cannon a bunch of times if you just keep hitting the energy blast for the special. I was just doing his combo
It's
challenge
so
thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much fun. I was doing the combo challenge thing and found out you could do that. I didn't know you could do it before. The next release is going to be base Vegeta and base Goku, which I'm a little less excited for, but Goku will probably have a spirit bomb.
Does base Vegeta have? Did they show pictures of it yet?
Not yet.
I would love
but
Vegeta
I'm sure
to
they're
have
eventually
his
going to do Majin.
traditional armor with the big shoulders
They'll probably do that.
and like the tail
I hope
wrapped
they
around his
do
waist.
Because they got Nappa, so they might as well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, so Vegeta has. That would be cool. But yeah,
I would really like them to do Kid Goku.
that would be cool. I'm trying to think, as watching through the series, it's not so much like characters that I want to see that aren't in it. I kind of just want more like skins almost.
Right.
Like I wish you could be jacked out of their mind, Vegeta and Trunks, when they're like trying to go Super Saiyan 2, but they just fucking beef each other up. Specifically Trunks, he gets so goddamn jacked.
When he goes like super jacked to fight Cell.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, so
Cell's
what?
like-
If you make your muscles big, anyone can do that. But it
So I
slows
just
you
typed in-
down so much.
I just typed in jacked Trunks into Google image search. There's
No,
a
you
lot
wanted?
of there's a lot of hunky dudes in underwear, but there's not a single picture of the Trunks I was looking for.
Maybe if you just put 3 little letters to clarify.
Yeah, I don't know.
The animations
But yeah.
changed so much from Kai, or from Dragon Ball Z to Kai. Like they used to be so much more like short and just muscle girth.
Well, Kai still has the original animation. They just kind of clean up some stuff by like poorly coloring it.
Right.
I think
And finding
around
the
what I've
lines.
noticed is between the Android saga and the Cell saga, they must change like art studios on the fly because some episodes look incredible and and other episodes look like trash.
Sounds about right.
The one
They're
thing
also
I
trying
miss,
to pump those episodes out as quick as they could, though. So it might have been
It's true.
like, oh, this episode looks so beautiful. The episode before looked like trash. Oh, maybe
like the
that
ones that
episode
don't have a lot of
before is when
fighting.
they caught up in America and they had some extra time.
but like if you like the early seasons when Vegeta and Goku are just standing around, like their hair is just blowing in the wind and stuff. And in these new seasons, like it's well drawn, but they don't have the same, I don't know, fluidity.
Yeah,
The new Dragon Ball Super movie that's coming out though is done by a different animation studio, and it has more of like a fluidity to it.
I haven't watched the trailer for it yet.
It's not a real trailer; it's like a little teaser thing. And also, I haven't watched any
Right.
of Dragon Ball Super yet, so
Well,
I need to finish Kai and then start Super.
I can tell you how much to skip if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna find a list of like episodes to skip because there's a lot of them.
There's so much in Super that's so unnecessary.
Just like Dragon Ball Z.
Right, but like, I don't know. With Dragon Ball Z was just like, oh, we're still staying in the same story. We're just elongating what's happening. Whereas Dragon Ball Super is just like, now they're on some side wacky adventure that's going to take up 20 episodes. It's not like an episode with Gohan training with Piccolo.
Mm-hmm. Paul, you got to get in on the Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I would like to. I just don't. This is probably one of the rare times where I feel like someone who wants to get into comics is like, where do I start?
Don't
Just
worry,
watch Kai.
I'll send you some links.
Please, that'd be awesome because then I can participate.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
watch Dragon
Kai,
Ball
there's
Z,
some
Kai,
stuff that's like rapidly paced. Like it feels like they're trying to go quick, but it's worth it.
Okay.
But if you don't have a point of reference for what it was before, then it kind of saves you a lot of time.
Yeah, I somehow missed out on the Dragon Ball bandwagon. I don't know how, because I'm sure I would have loved it as a kid.
I missed out on the Sailor Moon one. Because
Sailor
that was
Moon
a
and
show
DBZ.
for girls.
They were happening at such like a similar time, and I just went full hog into Dragon Ball Z.
Right. Zoids was a thing too.
Zoids was cool. I watched some Zoids. I didn't go super into Zoids, but
I went super into Zoids. I got the toys and everything with little fucking wind up motors so that they could like jagged walk, maybe. As long as you put everything together perfectly. One of the few things where it's like if you have extra parts and you probably fucked up.
yeah, the main anime of my youth were Dragon Ball Z and whatever Gundam was airing at the time.
Probably Wing.
Wing was the first, and then I remember watching G Gundam, and
G was the best.
I need to go back and watch G. I remember it being ridiculous, and I'm pretty sure it still is.
It's still ridiculous. There are some things that they'll be like, so it's supposed to be like a future-esque world, but we're like, if you watch it now, you can see things that's like, oh, our technology's gone past that. Like them using a cell phone, but like
The
our cell
bricks.
phones are so much nicer now. It
Yeah,
does
it's
hold
just-
up though, as far as like the entertainment of it.
I went back and watched some Gundam Wing, and that did not hold up. It is so slow paced
No.
and so overdramatic.
I tried watching Gundam Wing for the first time, and I gave it like 5 episodes and really couldn't get into it. I was gonna say though, one of my favorite quotes from G Gundam is from like the first episode when Domon Kashi was fighting Michelob Cherry, and he's just like, "You may have those silver feet, Michelob Cherry, but I've got these shining fingers."
It's a
And just
good
how many
line.
times they go back and forth, just like, Domon, rain, Domon, rain. He's the worst. Rain could do so much better.
I need to go back and watch these things. My memory of G Gundam is not what it used to be. It's not what it is of Dragon Ball.
Right. I feel like Dragon Ball stuck in people's heads more because it was like they restarted it so many times.
Yeah, and then you had like Dragon Ball Z Kai come out basically right when the interest in Dragon Ball was dying, and then
Right.
Super, and then whatever else.
Well, they had the movies before the Battle of the Gods before Super.
Oh, true
Just
that.
be like, oh, there's an interest here. And then I think before Super came out, even they might have come out with the Resurrection of F, the second movie.
True. What have you been up to, Paul?
I've been looking at these Aquaman photos that are coming out with Entertainment Weekly. Nicole Kidman, first pictures of her as Aquaman's mom, Aquamom. And yeah, some of these photos actually look pretty cool. I've actually heard some pretty good things about Aquaman thus far, so I hope this is another solid entry into the DC cinematic canon. But let's see. Still reading a bunch of old, well, I want to say old, but a lot of the X-Men comics. I'm still in the Chris Claremont run. I just read a really interesting team up with X-Men and Alpha Flight, where they fight Loki. It's
I don't know who Alpha Flight is.
They're like the Canadian Avengers.
Canadian. So they say sorry after they beat someone up.
Yeah, like Wolverine used to be
Guardian
on it.
and Puck.
Sasquatch.
Oh man, nothing better.
It was only a 2-parter, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, so reading New Mutants and X-Men, they're coming off of Secret Wars 2, which, by the way, Secret Wars 2 is trash. It is so bad. It's just like the Beyonder being like, oh, I wonder what it means to be human. It's awful. I only read it because everything ties into it, and good God, I think I'd rather chew tinfoil.
Oh yeah, I forgot they made a second Secret Wars.
A lot of people did because it's awful.
Yeah, I'm looking at the covers now. I remember seeing these, but
so
never
bad.
Getting into it, never reading it.
Yeah, not good. But X-Men, good. It's just tricky because the point I'm at now. There's so many like spin-offs. Like, oh well, you have to read the X-Men, or you have to read Wolverine and Kitty Pryde 4-part. Miniseries. Oh, you have to read this 2-part Alpha Flight. Oh, you have to read this New Mutants Annual Special .1. And it's like,
Sounds like a pain
God
in the ass.
damn. A little bit. That's why, a lot of the new trades, how they're releasing those epic collections?
Yeah.
Luckily with those, or even with the omnibus that are coming out, those issues are included, and they are chronological. So, if you want to spend the money, you can do that. Otherwise, you got to do some hunting on the internet and Marvel Unlimited. That and the only other thing I've been doing is I've been watching X-Men Evolution, which I like. I think it still holds up pretty well. Yeah, I like it. I'm about to finish the first season because I feel like I'm always on an X-Men kick. You guys know I love Captain America and Batman and Daredevil, but I feel like I'm always consistently down to do anything X-Men related. And I thought it'd be worth revisiting X-Men Evolution. I love that it's all said and done and they're all on Amazon because, I don't have the benefit or not the benefit, but I don't have to wait Saturday to Saturday to see what's going on. I can just watch it all at once. And the build-up is pretty great. Like, I'm on episode 13. We still haven't seen Magneto. Like, he's talked about, and he's, like, in silhouette, but that's it. And I like how in this they kind of address Mystique's relationship to Rogue, her being
I remember
the birth mother of
part of it.
Yeah, and her being the birth mother of Nightcrawler. The episode I'm watching, Cyclops just found Havoc. So this is pretty good with I guess kind of all the relationships based on the comic books. I did also start watching Wolverine and the X-Men, which I refused to watch when it came out because I was like, no, Wolverine and the X-Men, what the fuck is this? Because, it's an ensemble. But when I started watching it, it being called Wolverine and the X-Men makes sense because the beginning is the Xavier Institute blows up and the X-Men disband. And so it's Wolverine trying to get the band back together. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I remember that's kind of how I felt when Wolverine and the X-Men, the comic was coming out, Jason Aaron's comic. And then I went back and read it and I was like, oh yeah, Jason Aaron's fucking awesome. Why did I wait?
He knows what he's doing. So, but yeah, that's what I've been up to.
I just lost a Marvel Strike Force arena battle because my phone shut off.
Oh, boo. But also, yay, Marvel Strike Force! Woo, boo, boo, boo. It's a fun game.
It's a great poop time game. And I like that you can speed up all the animation things, but they still have them.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of watching from afar.
You know what I like about that game is that you can unlock extras as far as characters go. There's random Hydra agents or the hand or aim. So I actually built my own hand and Hydra squadron, and it's great because rather than
to that?
no, I just in my head because I mean you can still power them up and everything, but I give them all like I don't know how I have sex. I give them all like backstories.
Like being married.
And I don't know how I'm married. But like, so it's just interesting for me because rather than go, oh, here's Thor and, you know, Captain America, like, and, you know, Elektra, but I have my own, just like, oh, like my a hand archer or a hand mercenary or like a Hydra scientist, because they're so generic, I can kind of create my own team with their own backstory. And,
well, I think the hand sorceress is one of the better characters in the game that you can get. Like, hand sorceress heals and increases the defense, and I've got her up to like 6th tier or 7th tier, something like that.
Yeah, no, it's great, and I have her too. She's super helpful.
She's my main healer.
Yeah.
I didn't know if the reason I had asked if there was like a benefit to it was because like I know in some games they do things where it's like, oh, have this many characters from AIM or whatever, and get like a 5% focus bonus or some shit like that.
No, I just think it looks cool that like I have like, because I've unlocked 5 Hydra characters, so when I go on missions, I just put all the Hydra agents together.
What level are you?
Let me tell you. I actually don't know.
I think I'm 49. I just got to 49. I think it caps off at 60.
Let me see here. I'm pulling it up. No, I didn't even pay attention to where I'm at, to be honest. It's loading it up. Foxnet Games. I love all of like the Deadpool stuff, like at the beginning, where it's just like all different Deadpools, like as a main
like
screen.
Chimichangas and miscellaneous other shit.
I love. There's like
theming Deadpool.
Yeah, I love in the corner. He's like doing like a cookout, and he's got like a little kebab thing going on. I'm at 58.
Nice.
So
I'm in a friends alliance. I don't know if you're committed to the one you're in.
No, fuck him.
All right, I'll let you know what the name of it is.
All right, cool.
And we can be in the same alliance.
Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop whoop.
Not that I know if there's any actual benefit to it, but
I don't know. Probably not. Did you unlock Wolverine?
Yeah.
He's cool.
So my main team consists of... Did you unlock Wolverine? He's cool.
Yeah. I heard it as soon as I said it. I was like, he's cool. I was like, Jesus Christ.
It's like the Chris Farley bit.
Anyway, so your main team.
My main team is Spider-Man, Elektra, Drax, the Hand Sorceress, and Punisher. And I've got pretty close to, like, if I needed an extra tank, then I've got Crossbones pretty close to where Drax is, and Luke Cage, and Kingpin.
That's cool. Yeah,
so far really good.
Yeah, he's a good playable character. I have Spider-Man, Hulk.
I haven't gotten Hulk yet.
Oh, Hulk's awesome. I have him at like 6,035 as far as like energy and all that.
Damn.
But yeah, and I got Spider-Man at like 6,086. I got Thanos at 5,722.
You got Thanos too?
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
He's extremely strong because I played him in the like demo or the trial thing.
Yeah,
Spider-Man's at 5,000 something, I think. I'd show you my characters, but my phone died.
Yeah. Also, if you get a chance, unlocking Night Nurse is awesome. I mean the Hand Sorceress is Night Nurse.
Mm-hmm. What does
so
she do
I mean,
for ability?
she's just like a super duper healer. Like there's more healing options than the Hand Sorceress has.
Oh, okay.
So very good chance to unlock her. I think
I'm pretty close.
Yeah, because I know one of the levels, if you like replay, you get like shards of her character. So
yeah.
Oh no!
I don't like that you can only do the autoplay if you got 3-star on it, though. That's a pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like there was one mission that I kept failing because the enemy was able to target the like summoner thing that I had.
Oh yeah.
And I was so pissed at it for so long because of that.
It ruined a perfectly good poop for you, didn't it?
I don't know. I think it made me go go quicker. So you get frustrated and you're just like, motherfucker.
Oh, that's
And on
hilarious.
that,
You guys know the drill. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Drop us a line, WednesdayComicPodcast@gmail.com. Things go well, we'll tackle Saturday morning cartoons next episode. But in the meantime, enjoy your issues.